President of the International Federation of Human Genetic Societies, is Dr. Mariela Larrandaburu. And so just before she addresses you, I just want to say that it is such a pleasure to hand over to you, Mariela. And she is not only a clinical geneticist, but she also works in public health. And what I've heard from her over the last months is that she's absolutely passionate about genetic literacy and also about genetic education at all different levels, whether it is to government, to the lay public, and to the medical fraternity, health policy writers, that sort of thing. And Mariela, just a personal, I'm so delighted that you're taking over. And just before we do that, I want to start a new tradition for the International Federation. And this is to have a small memento or a precious box that we hand over from one to the other, and hoping that this will continue to happen. And so that each one of us can give something that has meant something to us. So let me just get it, and then I'll explain to you what it's all about.
Okay.
So this is the first time that the International Congress has actually come to Africa, and we're incredibly proud of this cover and also the work that has been done from HB Africa over the last 10, 11 years. And what I would like to put in the box as a remembrance of the years that Africa was sort of hosting the International Federation and then also the Congress is a necklace. And I have one on here. This is not the one that I'm giving. There's another one, and it's slightly different. It's also beautiful. And what it is a real experiment on African genetics and global genetics. And for those of you who can see, it is actually a cluster plot, or not a cluster plot, a structure plot, where each of the little rows represents an individual, and each of the color is an ancestry, however it was modeled, going all the way from k equals 2 to about k equals 8. And so this is part of us as geneticists, as people not only in Africa but also other parts of the world. So this is what I'm putting into the box, and Mariela and her team will have the pleasure of finding something when the next Congress happens to also add to the box. And we hope that this becomes a tradition for us, something meaningful in terms of human genetics. So just to thank all of you for your support through all the years, and I'm now going to formally and for the last time as the President of the International Federation hand over to Mariela.
Buenas tardes, les voy a hablar en mi idioma materno, que es la lengua ancestral, el español, la segunda lengua más hablada del mundo. Es un honor para mí, como presidente de la Red Latinoamericana de Genética Humana, asumir la presidencia de la International Federation Human Genetic Society. Destaco que será una responsabilidad compartida con mis compañeros de la directiva de la red, junto con sus expresidentes y con todos mis colegas latinoamericanos. Esto nos deja muy feliz contar con su apoyo. Llegamos hasta aquí con un desafío y una responsabilidad muy importantes, como poder continuar con el legado del doctor José María Cantú, conocido por todos como Chema Cantú, investigador mexicano, quien hizo todas las gestiones para que Latinoamérica no quedara rezagada y pudiera participar desde los comienzos de esta incipiente institución dedicada a la genética humana, la cual tiene y tenía mucho futuro. Chema sin duda fue un visionario, un humanista y un científico de primer nivel, quien presidió la Federación en el año 2005 hasta el momento que ocurrió su prematura muerte. Por otro lado, estar a la altura de la profesora Michel Ramsey y su equipo, de la Sociedad Africana de Genética Humana y la Sociedad Sudafricana de Genética Humana, quienes estando en este continente emblemático, donde se encuentran los orígenes de la humanidad y de la especie humana, pudieron superar los obstáculos de la mayor pandemia del mundo, el coronavirus, continuaron trabajando y estos esfuerzos han producido un congreso que quedará en la memoria de todos por su efecto transformador. Para ello va nuestro agradecimiento, admiración, así como también para los otros miembros del comité y la federación, demostrando liderazgo, dedicación, compromiso y cariño hacia la misma. Probablemente ustedes sabrán que venimos de un continente que es una vasta región del globo terráqueo con una extensión aproximada de 21 millones de kilómetros cuadrados, donde viven más de 657 millones de personas, que tiene 30 países, que el idioma principal es el español, que lo hablan más del 80% de las personas, si bien otros idiomas también son hablados, como el portugués, el inglés, el francés, el papiamento, el holandés, otras lenguas minoritarias y también lenguas indígenas. Brasil, México, Argentina, Colombia y Perú concentran las 2/3 partes de la proporción geográfica de las personas que viven en América Latina. Tenemos más de una docena de sociedades científicas vinculadas a la genética humana y contamos más de 1.100 médicos genetistas, además de bioinformáticos, farmacéuticos y otras personas vinculadas a la genética humana. La región desde donde venimos comparte con África el hecho de poseer una gran diversidad en todos los aspectos, genómicos genéticos, culturales, socioeconómicos, demográficos, étnicos, idiomáticos, lo que sin duda para nosotros es un motivo de orgullo. La impronta que traemos desde la RELAGH está en sintonía plenamente con la concepción de la Federación. La RELAGH fue creada en el año 2001 para fomentar el trabajo en red de asociaciones y sociedades dedicadas a la genética humana en la región. ¿Para qué? Para unir a grupos e individuos dedicados al estudio de la genética humana y apoyar diferentes acciones destinadas a mejorar el desarrollo de la genética humana en todos sus aspectos: asistencial, académico, de investigación, de divulgación y sanitario, así como también ser un elemento articulador entre distintas iniciativas de los sectores gubernamentales y no gubernamentales. Su actividad educativa más importante es la Escuela Latinoamericana de Genética Humana, que se inició en 2005, este año va a cumplir su 17ª edición y ha recibido más de 1.100 estudiantes. Los miembros de esta nueva junta directiva estamos muy comprometidos con la formación y la difusión del conocimiento genético, genómico y humano. Estos son el doctor Elías García, aquí presente, el futuro presidente y quien se va a encargar del Congreso en Guadalajara, el doctor Julio Laluz, mi colega, de Uruguay, la doctora Alejandra Restrepo, de Argentina, el doctor Aida Schwartz, Natalia Restrepo y Luis Quiñones, de Chile. Estas son las acciones que nosotros en este año que hemos asumido la presidencia de la RELAGH hemos transitado: capacitación y difusión en genética y genómica, creación de redes y articulación a nivel local e internacional, creación de un directorio de sociedades y finalmente, un tema muy importante, relevamiento de información en genética y genómica. La lluvia de ideas que nosotros vivimos el primer día de este congreso fue que en realidad seguramente fue una tormenta, fue clave para empezar a transitar el camino para que la misión y la visión de la Federación esté de cara con los tiempos que corren. Entre los desafíos que encontramos, nos enfrentamos con una comunidad científica que seguramente los temas más importantes son definir las prioridades sanitarias y tenemos un escepticismo y un desconocimiento de estos temas, tanto del público general como las diferentes especialidades médicas y no médicas y en general de ciencias de la salud. Y por último, pero no menos importante, la escasez de apoyos y de fondos. Esto nos lleva a un llamado de la acción para que los miembros de la comunidad científica trabajemos en conjunto para lograr objetivos comunes y promover la alfabetización y la comprensión científicas en una forma integral en nuestra área del conocimiento. Un tema muy relevante que queremos mencionar es el compromiso que tendremos para promover la equidad, la inclusión y la diversidad dentro de la comunidad científica y apostar que los avances científicos sean accesibles para todos y que esto sea una bandera que realmente nos identifique. La colaboración será sin duda un eje fundamental e indispensable, el cual tiene muchas aristas, deberá ser tratado con mucho rigor. La generación de puentes, la articulación es indispensable para avanzar. Recibimos una federación con gran camino realizado en ese sentido. Nos comprometemos a reforzarlo y ampliarlo, teniendo como eje la creatividad e innovación para poder obtener productos de calidad en el menor tiempo posible. Por tanto, priorizar las acciones será fundamental. Deberemos establecer y renovar alianzas estratégicas con África, 3H, el proyecto del genoma humano, el proyecto del pangenoma, el movimiento asociativo, la Organización Mundial de la Salud, las Naciones Unidas, la Academia de Ciencias de América Latina. Finalmente, estamos convencidos que es el momento clave de la genética y genómica humana, tanto en América Latina como en el mundo. Esto significa que hay diferentes oportunidades que debemos potenciar, apuntar con todas nuestras fuerzas y sapiencias hacia la alfabetización integral en genética y genómica médica. Este congreso que hoy termina es un motor inspirador para continuar trabajando. Las lecciones aprendidas nos posicionan en un lugar donde debemos fomentar el trabajo colectivo como elemento renovador de construcción y nos comprometemos a hacerlo realidad para que las cosas ocurran. Esto significa asumir el rol transformador que tenemos como ciudadanos del mundo dentro de una sociedad científica global. Finalmente, esto es una posición que compartimos con mis compañeros de la RELAGH, que la genética y la genómica médica deben estar al servicio de salud de todas las personas en todas las edades. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mariela. That's fantastic. So, colleagues, we're getting close to the end of the closing ceremony. For the moment, I just want to please ask, you've heard Michel thank the Scientific Program Committee. Could I just ask the local organizing committee to please stand up wherever you are? I want to ask you to come to the front. The local organizing committee, to stand up, please. Thank you very much. Colleagues, we've got the statistics that we've had more than 1,200 people physically here, which is quite a remarkable attendance. And thank you all for responding, as my colleague said earlier, to our invitation and sustaining the interest in the meeting over the last 3 years, during which we had to postpone the meeting. So it is my great honor for the moment, colleagues, to hand over the mantle of the current organizing committee to the incoming organizing committee. So this is the flag of the International Federation of Human Genetic Societies, and I was very pleased to receive it in Japan. Can't quite figure out. That's the International Federation of Human Genetic Societies, and it was handed to me as a conference organizer many years ago. I'd just like to now invite my colleague, Dr. José Elías García who is from Mexico, and he's accepting this on behalf of the colleague who's going to organize the meeting, Professor Augusto Reyes Martinez. So a very warm welcome to you, and I'm sure you're going to have great fun organizing this.
Thank you very much for this enormous effort. I would like to call to Alejandra to make the official presentation of Guadalajara as the next city of this International Congress of Human Genetics.
Hello everyone, I hope you're doing great. My name is Alejandra Casas. I am the promotion coordinator of Guadalajara Convention and Visitors Bureau. Let me tell you that it's an honor for us to host the important International Congress of Human Genetics 2026 and having you as guests in our beautiful city, Guadalajara. I'm sure that most of you have heard of Guadalajara before, at least I hope that most of you have heard of Guadalajara. But for those of you who need a little refresher, Guadalajara is home of such iconic Mexican exports as charreria, which is our version of rodeo, mariachi, and of course tequila. Everybody knows tequila, right? All of which have been recognized by UNESCO. We say Guadalajara is an unparalleled destination because it's a city that perfectly combines the modernity through its technology, innovation, and trendiness, and the cultural and traditional elements, like our unique culture, art, and architecture. But these are just nice words. Let me prove it to you. But first, where exactly is Guadalajara? It's right here. It is located in western Mexico, just over an hour from Mexico City, just under an hour from Puerto Vallarta, and just under 3 hours from Cancun by plane. Actually, we have a phenomenal connectivity, having 30 domestic flights, 25 flights to the United States, 2 flights to Latin America, and 1 to Europe. These are the amazing connectivity we have to the United States. As I said before, 25 flights, making us as the Mexican airport with the highest connectivity to the States. To Latin America, we have 1 to Panama, and the other one is to Bogota, Colombia. And to Europe, we have 1 to Madrid, a flight that connects us with many European destinations. In terms of our connectivity within the city is also great. Our public transportation is very efficient. We have Mi Macro, which is a line of buses that runs throughout the periphery of the city. And we also have a light rail system, which has 3 lines and runs through the metropolitan area. And of course, we have Uber, Didi, and Cabify, which are very safe to use. Now you know how to get to Guadalajara, but where are you going to stay? Well, we have a lot of options. We have all the large hotel chains are present in Guadalajara, like Hilton, Marriott, Riu, Hyatt Regency. But if you're looking for something more boutique, we can stay at Casa Habitat, the Bellwood Hotel, Demetria, and Gala. And for that special colonial architecture, you can stay at the Historical Center in Gamma Hotel 133 by Hilton. All this adds up to more than 25,000 rooms in the city at any one time. The International Congress of Human Genetics 2026 will be held in the largest convention center in Mexico and the second largest in Latin America, Expo Guadalajara. One of the best things, apart from its perfect facilities and excellent location, is that it has many hotels within walking distance. For example, just across the street, you can find the Westin Hotel and the Barcelona Hotel. But if you're looking for something lighter on the wallet, you can stay on the Ibis, Holiday Inn, Fiesta Inn, among others. Of course, you cannot miss our very delicious traditional dishes like torta ahogada, birria, carne en su jugo, and our delicious dessert jericaya, and of course our traditional drinks cazuelita, cantarito, and my favorite one, tejuino. I don't want to explain each dish or drinks because I don't want to spoil the surprise, but needless to say, Guadalajara cuisine is a must. As I said before, Guadalajara is unparalleled because we have been chosen to host world-class events like Gay Games this year in November and FIFA World Cup 2026. And of course, we are part of the exclusive club along with Cape Town in the Best Cities Global Alliance. I don't have the time to go through all the awards that we have been bestowed because we have to move on to the traditional side of Guadalajara. Places like the world-famous Tequila the town of the drink, is just 45 minutes away from Guadalajara. In Tequila, you can go to the distilleries where they will explain the tequila making process step by step. You can be a jimador for a day. A jimador is a person who cultivates the agave plant. The agave is the plant that is used to make the tequila. And of course, where you can taste tequila. Or you can visit Tlaquepaque. Tlaquepaque is a very picturesque town full of artisans that is home to an impressive wealth of culture. In Tlaquepaque, you can walk through the pedestrianized street called Independencia. Independencia is the main street of Tlaquepaque. And of course, there are many spectacular Mexican cuisine and the largest cantina in Mexico, El Parian. And you cannot miss the heart of Guadalajara, the historical center, where Guadalajara was founded on Valentine's Day, 1542. This is a place that is perfect for exploring on foot because you can make some stops at the most emblematic buildings such as Museo Cabañas, Teatro Degollado, or the Cruz de Plazas. I could go on and on and on, but I don't have the time today. But let me show you a video that will explain how could you live all the experiences that I have just told you. conveyed even a little of Guadalajara is, a city that has many entertainment, hotels, restaurants, and a lot of culture, art, architecture. It's a perfect city to host an event as prestigious as the International Congress of Human Genetics 2026. Here I leave my contact information in case you could require more information about the city for your next visit to Guadalajara. Welcome to our beautiful city of Guadalajara, a city full of tradition, culture, and fiesta. Thank you so much. I'll see you there.
Thank you, Alejandra. And a final message. As part of the Latin American Network of Human Genetics, RELAGH, and in behalf of my country and the Mexican geneticists, we are so happy and we warmly welcome you to the 15th International Congress of Human Genetics to be held in February 2026. As you see, Guadalajara has all the facilities and the commodities for a world-class meeting are already set up, of course. Guadalajara is iconic for its culture, tradition, and history. We are so happy to have the Congress back in Mexico. The first one was in 1976. It's almost 50 years once. And I hope the spirit of José María Cantú is present. And we are so happy to be here, and we are happy to welcome you in Mexico and in Guadalajara. Thank you very much.
So, after hearing that presentation from Alejandra, okay. So, I think I'm going to buy my ticket for 2026 when I get to the hotel. A place that produces tequilas, I think is worth visiting. So, thank you very much. I just wanted to say, again, we are at the end of this conference. But we are at the beginning of our continuous effort to show our one humanity and billions of genomes. I think that, to me, is the message I want us to take with us and continue to spread that message. Because when the human genome was sequenced, one of the main messages, if not the main messages, is how ridiculously boring our genomes are of all of us when we line them together, because we are so similar. There are differences, we are individuals, but the similarity is overwhelming, and I think we need to share that with the world. And just looking at ourselves and wondering all the expressions around the world. So I want to really thank you. I've heard some very wonderful comments about this conference. I've heard multiple people say this is the best I've attended. And I want to use the opportunity to thank the local organizing committee. I joined most of the time by Zoom, but Raj, Michel, and others, Colette, were on the ground here, and Caroline doing all the major work. So I want to thank them. There's somebody else that always hides in the background that I want to just say thanks. I don't know if he's here. Scott William. Is he here? He may not, but he's, whether it's African Society or the International Congress, he always steps up to write grants that help us to raise funds. So I want us to really fully give a big hand to Scott Williams. So now, I look forward to 2026. And I want to again thank you, and thank you for the wonderful scientific presentations, for showing our humanity to each other, and I look forward to seeing everybody very soon. Thank you very much.
Alex, we're at the end. All I have to do now is to wish every one of you everything of the very best. I realize many of you have traveled far. You're going to either get back home immediately, or you're going to take a tour of South Africa. I know many of you are going to Durban, Port Elizabeth, up Table Mountain. We want you to be as safe as possible, so please drive easily, fly very safely. And with this, I want to declare the conference closed. Thank you.